Hi, this is Mary Pope-Handy. I'd like to welcome you to this blog site, Move to Silicon Valley, and to Silicon Valley in general. Thank you for taking the time to see this site and this little video. I wanted to introduce you to the blog site and give you an idea of what to expect. For people thinking of moving here or planning to move here, whether it's from across the county or if it's from across the country or maybe from lands far, far away, there are always a lot of questions such as how do the school districts work? Where do I find this kind of environment, lots of parks or lots of theater? Where do I go for certain kinds of services? And I'd like to be that resource to help you kind of get your toes wet with this area. It's a little bit different than other places in many regards. Probably the hardest part to get used to is the very, very high cost of housing here. But we'd like to think that our Mediterranean climate helps to make up for it. The highly intellectual population, very, very vibrant community where entrepreneurship is really valued. It's a different kind of place, lots going on, and it's really a wonderful place to be and a wonderful place to kind of also launch out from on weekend excursions, whether it's to Monterey or San Francisco or Lake Tahoe. Anyway, I want to welcome you, give you an idea of what you can find here. Also, I should make a note, for many, many people who are relocating here, the first thing they are looking for is a rental home. It can be a very good idea to rent for 6 months or a year if everything is equal. Right now we have a very, very tight inventory both for homes for sale and of rentals. This is early 2014 when I'm recording this video. And it's not that easy, especially if you have pets, to get into a rental home. Don't lose heart, but I wanted to give you an idea that it may be a challenge. Sometimes it's easier to buy than to rent. This might be one of those times. The other thing is that in this region, most rentals are not going to be available on our MLS, our multiple listing service. Most of them are for rent by owner in this area. And I know that's very different from San Diego or New York or Florida, but in this area, realtors are usually not a part of the formula. Once in a while they are, either because they're listed on our MLS, which is mlslistings.com, and you can select rental option, rental housing option, or sometimes we have what's called a courtesy rental, and that means kind of by word of mouth, we hear that one of our clients needs to rent a home, doesn't really want to put it out to the whole world, and so it's kind of by word of mouth. But that's probably less than 5% of the time. The vast majority of the time, they're going to be listed on Craigslist, Trulia, Zillow, or some other site. If you're looking for an apartment, there are websites that just cover apartment rentals as well. But please be careful. There are some scams. There are blog posts on this site that will talk to you about those scams and about those sites. So if you are looking for rental housing, I probably am not going to be very helpful to you, not because I don't want to, but because they're just not channeled through real estate agents in this area. They're by owner. Anyway, feel free to shoot me any emails about questions about the area. I'm happy to help you. I'd like to be your general resource, and when you're ready to buy a home, I would love to be the person you call up because you say, oh, your site was so helpful, and I really want to meet you and talk to you about real estate. Anyway, my phone number is 408-204-7673. That's my cell. And my email address is mary@popehandy.com. That's without the hyphen, so POPEHANDY.com. Really look forward to hearing back from you, and best of luck as you move towards what used to be called the Valley of Heart's Delight. Welcome.